Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Okay, hello internet. We are now recording for the next installment of Enter the Dungeon Out of the Abyss. Who wants to give the recap of what happened last time?
I got arse whooped.
We died.
Yeah.
By who? Or what, rather?
So someone forgot to level up and got arse whooped by a collection of slimes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
Something
me,
like that.
definitely not. No, yeah, something like that. Basically, having escaped from the drow prison in the Underdark, we made our way towards one of the cities, for which the name I cannot currently remember. It's one of those confusing city names, and we're making our way down this big, long tunnel, scavenging for mushrooms, and we come across a collection of slimes, amongst other things. I believe there were some skeletons or something. I can't remember. The slimes divided and multiplied, and we died very quickly. Our unconscious bodies being dragged away, and that is where we left, in that air of suspense.
Well recapped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. So you guys wake up and you both realize that you're in a bit of pain.
Yeah.
You're lying down, but it's not on solid stone. It's actually a lot softer than that. And you hear someone talking nearby. Farron, you don't really understand what he's saying, but Jake, you get like bits of what almost sounds like broken Elvish. And he sees your eyes open, and he says something to you, but you can only really understand ceiling look, human, and then a bunch more stuff. But he seems to be talking to you.
In my best Elvish accent, I'll kind of reach out towards him. What does he look like? Can I grab an arm? Does he have an arm, or does he like more tentacled?
Okay. So you reach out towards him, and this guy takes you a moment for your eyes to really adjust to what you're seeing here. You think maybe that you're just dreaming, but it's far too detailed. He almost looks like a cross between a fish and a human. He has purpley
lovely
skin with scales on it, yellow eyes, and his head kind of rounds off a bit like a fish does.
Yeah.
But, it's pointed forwards like a normal human face. And he's blinking kind of at you. Human?
In Elvish, I'll say, yes, I'm afraid.
And he slowly says back to you, drow language? You know drow language?
Afraid not.
Well, just that phrase? Hello?
Yes.
Drows and elves speak the same language.
Do they speak the same language?
Yes, drow is a species of elf.
Ah, they do. Ah, very good. That's Jake Axel being very no, all about the elves, but not the drow, which is probably some form of what's the word when you're like discriminating against someone on the basis of their accent? I don't know. Classism. Classism, accentism, something like that. In which case I'll respond with, now, if you'll do me a favour, old chap. Where the blazes am I?
In temple. Brought by friend, gnome and drow?
Yes, that sounds about right. What about the squeezy fungus one?
Okay, yes, fungus drow. He's sick?
Yes. Ah, yes, the fungus drow. Yes.
He's sick?
At this point is quite
he's
paranoid.
Sick. No, he is very healthy. Please do not touch the fungus drow.
Bad news. And he turns slightly to Farron and says, Human other, you awake? But that's in Elvish, so I guess you can't really understand it.
Farron at this point is just being paranoid and saying, They tricked us! They betrayed us!
Farron.
Well, Farron, if
Farron.
you're opening your eyes,
Yeah.
you realize that you can only see out of one of them.
Oh.
And that doesn't help Farron's paranoia and panic at all. And, he rolls
And the
around
fishman walks over and he says, "Bad injury, bad injury.
Farron.
No eye, no leg."
I can
Do you
tell
want
that.
translation?
Friend.
Farron. I say to the guy, the fish guy, being like, in Elvish, "Excuse me, I'll translate." I turn to Farron and say, "He's Wait." I turn back to him. "Did you say no leg?" Because I probably can't see him. Like I'm lying down.
Yeah. Human friend. No eye, and he puts a hand over his eye, and then no leg, and he starts patting his left leg.
Farron, dear fellow, we're in a temple. I don't know why, and it appears I don't quite know how
Oh
to
wait,
phrase
I
this.
just got that mixed up. Sorry. Let's rewind 5 seconds.
Rewind 5 seconds. Is it the leg or no arm? This is very important.
No arm.
You can take it.
And he starts patting his arm, his left arm. No arm.
Yeah.
And then he turns to. And, no, you actually see that he's like checking notes, and then he turns to Jake and says, "You. No leg."
Ah. Yes. That would explain
Gave
a lot.
mushroom to. And he starts thinking, small pain. Small in pain? And like he realizes that he's not quite translating it properly. You had big pain, mushroom gave you small pain. Might not
So
feel
Farron, it appears we're on
limbs.
drugs and we've both lost limbs. You can't anymore scratch your ass while swinging your sword, and I can't walk apparently.
Yes.
Right.
I do kind of feel like I'm on LSD.
I'm just gonna sit here.
And then he also looks at Jake and said, "Wound got sick. Infection. You have infection.
I have or had.
Have."
Lovely.
Moment of silence.
And Jake, until you can get that infection figured out, you have a -1 to your Constitution score.
Yeah, I'll write that down. I like that. Here we go. Where's my Constitution?
Which also means that your health just went that your max health just went down by 7.
Oh.
How do I save? Misc save bonus. How do I add a minus? Minus?
Well, can you edit your base scores themselves?
There we are. I've got it, and my health has gone down by 7.
Yep. Yeah, I did that automatically.
43 is down to.
You're making 43 health. Wait, did you get your extra health from leveling up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I'm not sure whether I did because my max health has been on 46 for a while now. I probably just changed 6 to 7 and didn't actually change anything.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've put that through. Yeah.
In that case, Tim, just go ahead and extra 14 to your max health.
Okay.
I
really need a new character sheet.
A doctor or priest, I don't know what you are.
And it takes him a moment to understand the question, and he thinks for a moment and just says, "Healer. I am healer."
Healer. Do you know what could resolve the infection?
Do not have cure here.
Yeah.
Man may have it. Name of Lakejaw?
A man by the name of Lickshaw, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go chase him up.
Lakejaw is powerful man. He runs city.
I see. Do you have a leg or a crutch?
We have one
Stick.
for you.
Well, thank you.
And he
what's
goes
the
over and
cost?
he gets you something that it almost looks like it's made out of wood, but looks slightly off to be wood. Like it's not quite the right kind of fiber.
Oh yeah.
And he looks at you and says, "We've helped how we can. You're free to continue travel if need be."
Thank you.
Condition is steady.
Yeah. Stable. Yeah. Well, at least I haven't lost my arm. I can still use 2 hands to play the fiddle. Just can't dance.
That's not the only thing you do with your hands, lad. Let's be honest. That's a cover-up for other stuff. But you won't go into that.
Well, it definitely won't be a cover-up for you, seeing as you've lost an arm. Aha. One of us has got away from this lightly.
Baron grimaces.
Healer, is there a cost, or are you doing this per gratis? Don't know what the Elven translation of per gratis is, but I'm assuming there is one.
No gold needed, but gift of gold. Very grateful.
Hey, Farron.
A little gold.
He said there's no gold needed, but there's
He said you specifically had to pay him.
Oh
yeah. But there's
although
yeah.
Or they'll take the other eye.
Yeah. But they do appreciate a gift. What do you think is appropriate? Like 20 gold total? We can both pitch in 10, or both pitch in 20 and give them 40.
20? That seems a bit much.
I was thinking that's a bit little. Let's both pitch in 10.
I'm going to be honest, the value of gold greatly differs depending on what planet I'm on, so I have no idea what the currency is around here.
I still have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll take that. I'll give him 10 gold. I assume I have my bags nearby, so I'll kind of roll over out the bed, open up a pocket, and pull out my gold purse and give him 10 gold.
Farron slightly reluctantly does the same. But then he remembers that he might have died from the loss of his arm, so his reluctance fades as he hands over a further 10 gold. Thank you, strange doctor. Without your help, I could have easily died. My service is available for free whenever you need it.
Yeah.
My service being killing.
I'm translating this.
Oh, okay, good. I was about to say.
Yeah, halfway
this guy's just
through,
gonna
I
be staring
realized.
blankly.
Yeah. Halfway through, I realized he's staring blankly. He's like, "Shit, I should translate this," and start translating it.
By service, I mean killing wee beasties, not other services, if you know what I mean. Although my friend over here, Jake Actor, would be more than happy to deliver such pleasure.
And he says, if you have bad injury, if you need drink, tavern down block.
Baron slaps him lightly on the shoulder, because he has been known to slap quite hard on the shoulder. Says, "That's the best advice I've heard in a while. Thank you, Doctor." Then he turns to Jake and says, "This guy knows his real medicine."
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Okay then. So you guys off to the bar?
pub?
It looks like we are.
Okay.
I'm just seeing
So
whether
as you get
I've
up-
missed the opportunity to heal my own limb.
Yep. And as you get up and begin to move through the temple, you see that
Yeah.
there seems to be a few more of these strange fish-like creatures. There seem to be here. You can't really tell what they're doing. You presume that some of them are praying because they seem to be repeating the same thing after about a minute.
Yeah.
Yep. Then you move through. You actually do notice that there seem to be a few gnomes and elves, specifically deep gnomes and deep elves. And some of them nod at you sympathetically. And as you step out, you see that you're in a massive underground city. Yep. The current ceiling of this cave seems to reach about 50 feet in the air. Air, of course, quote unquote. I mean, there's breathable air here, there's plenty of it. And the streets seem to be lit by a combination of oil lamps, bioluminescent mushrooms, and these strange glowing crystals.
Baron looks around in awe. So he's never seen such beautiful lights.
I'm pretty much focusing on walking at this point.
Yep.
Putting on a brave face, but
Yeah, and everyone seems to be walking. There don't seem to be any carriages down here, as you can imagine.
Farron, do you think we should make our way to that pub as a matter of promptness?
We need to drown our sorrows and maybe we'll recover a bit better. Or maybe we'll wake up and all of this will be a bad dream.
Yep.
No, I
And,
wish.
you-
I want to wake up in an elven castle right now.
And as you walk, you do seem to be getting a few strange glances, but you can't really figure out if that's because you're two surface humans, or if it's because you just came out of the temple badly injured.
Are they questioning their own religion at this point? Or the preachers of their own religion just injured these two humans?
You don't know. I mean that Guatoa guy. He seemed that fishman. I didn't just give away the name of his race.
No, yeah.
I mean, he seemed willing to welcome you.
Not gonna
Does
lie, I
everyone
only
look
remember
like the
the
fishmen,
name.
or are they all drow?
And then you're eventually able to you make it to what you assume is a tavern. You can't really read the sign, but when you're looking through the window, there seems to be people sitting at tables drinking.
Yep.
And some people
Yep.
up near a bar area. And one of whom seems to be a very specific what's the term? Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm just going to say deep gnome. Sam, that's your cue.
You are.
Svinvilbrin.
Yeah, it's a small, gnome-sized creature. Gnome with dark blue skin,
Yep.
sitting in the corner. Brought their shield with them. Big axe. Look glumly around. As they see you coming in, look at you a bit funny. I say to you, you're not drow or dwarf.
What language do you say that in?
Undercommon.
Wait. Let me just check. Yeah. Wait. Where is it? Oh, where was it? Languages. There it is. Yeah. I look at Farron. Did you get that?
But that seems to be the same language that you've been hearing this whole time, and it was that language that the fishman was speaking when you woke up.
And I got broken Elvish phrases, or could I understand some of it in terms of common?
Yeah, it very much sounds like you're able to catch little bit of elf here and there. Like, you actually hear him directly say to you, you're not drow. You definitely hear him say the words drow and dwarf, but you don't really know what the general context is.
I'll try again.
Baron narrows his eyes because he just, doesn't understand what the hell's going on.
Try again with a thick accent in common. Speak common. Well, speak overlander.
Aye. How are we getting somewhere?
How can we help you?
Well, judging by the looks of you, maybe not. Know where to find hidden information about the movement of people who keep their identities secret, would you?
We're not spies, lad. I think you've got us mixed up with the wrong people.
Hidden information.
No, I
about people.
was not insinuating anything like that, of course.
I mean, if we were spies, we'd be very poor at it. People would be able to identify us from a mile off. I go to the bar at this point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure two humans missing limbs, I could identify you from a mile off anyway.
Maybe.
Before I forget, stand up. The name's Birthmag Clayscraper.
I need to write that down just so I don't forget your actual name. It's pretty easy with Jake Actor, but everyone else.
Yeah, the context for that, Sam, was, do you know when I went on the camp with Drew and Tim, it was the last exchange scouts camp. Were you there? I think you were there, weren't you?
I was.
And a group of us played D&D in the tent.
This is it.
Yeah, this is the glorious self-insert that I decided to make, which I didn't think would go anywhere, and years later is still my main D&D character.
Yep. There you go. I've changed my Discord name on the server.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Now that I've found the notes section on D&D,
Wait, can I go Birthmag then?
I still need to write it down because I can't keep switching to the Discord just to check on what your name is.
Birthmag.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, after you guys have been talking for a little bit, suddenly you see Jim Jar and no, it's not Sprout, it's
Spud?
Spud. No.
No, it's not Spud.
I was writing that
What's
down.
his name? It's not Sprout, it's... Oh, I can't remember.
This is
I'm trying to
embarrassing.
remember the way that you guys would always dramatically shout his name when he died. Stool.
Stool.
Still.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, you see
So
Stool
sorry.
and Jim Jar approach you, and Stool says, "Ah, thank goodness you're alive."
Yes, thank you. I
Yep.
can, I'll buy around. It's the least I can do.
Good to see you, old pals. Returns Farron to the two old friends who just joined.
Yep, and okay, and so for context, Stool is a drow man with mushrooms growing out of him.
Yep, that is the thing.
And he turns to Berthmag and says, "Ah, hello. Have you met our friends?"
We've been briefly acquainted.
Yes.
No,
Farron should.
it is a
Farron
pleasure
should
to meet you,
hands with Birthmag Clayscraper.
Birthmag. I believe it would be remiss of me not to introduce myself. Although I'm sure down here you have no clue who I even am. On the overdwelling, as you so delightfully put it, I am a very well-travelled performer and artist, and maybe ex-warrior now, by the name of Jake Actor, and this is my dear compatriot, Farron of the Monroe clan.
Farron Monroe at your service.
Yes.
Yes. The other gnome man says, "I'm Jim Jar," and
Yeah.
Stool actually introduces himself as Tabon Stool Carver.
Do I need to write that down in case I need to angrily address him like his mother?
Stool carver, you say?
Yes, and when he says that, he kind of gives a wink to Jake and Varen.
Well, it is my absolute pleasure to meet your acquaintances.
And he actually walks over and puts his hand on Farron's shoulder and says, sorry to see that you're in this condition. And you feel his tentacle connect with you, and he mentally says, is this guy cool? Is he causing trouble?
And I telepathically say back, no, he's fine for now.
Okay.
There's nothing suspicious about him that I can see yet.
Okay.
Give a bit of side eye and scowl to the funny drow mushroom person, but not angry, just a bit uneasy.
Yes. I decided to adopt this alias so I'd be less suspicious.
That's a good plan.
Yes. Tabon is a very common drow name. So, you guys are in a tavern. What do you want to do?
Drink! Baron goes over to the bar. He'll be back in like a minute in game time. This tavern serves drinks quickly. Just one.
Does it? No.
Well, the tavern is another one of those fishmen, and he seems to be pouring a drink for another customer, and he turns to you and just starts and it seems to ask you a question in a language you don't understand.
Brown looks embarrassed. This is like one of his greatest fears.
Sorry. Did I overhear what the barkeep said? Because I was wandering over. I'm going to buy the round.
Sounded like blub 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 mead blub.
I put gold on the bar and just shrug.
I wander over.
You see him.
To you.
Yeah. You see him walk over, and he grabs one smaller bottle and then one larger bottle, and he's holding them out, trying to like.
Farron begins to point to the larger one, and then very quickly shakes his head rapidly, then goes to the smaller one.
Well, he points. Well, he puts both bottles down. Points at the gold, and then starts pointing between the bottles. If you want, you can make an insight check.
Go on then. D20, isn't it?
Yep. Plus.
Is that just
insight.
Jake because he's buying the round?
Well,
or...
actually, that would probably be Farron if he's the one trying to order.
Well, I'm buying the round, so I'll do it as well, just for the lols.
Okay.
I got a 10. I don't know what Farron gets, but I got a 10.
what's this again? Sorry, an instant.
Well, while
it's
an
insight.
insight check.
Insight.
While Farron is ordering, I do turn around to the others and say, "Anyone want a drink?" That includes you.
I got a 21,
bag.
and that wasn't a natural D20 in there.
Okay, with a 21, you realize that the smaller bottle is like a lot more intricately decorated. And you get the feeling that he's trying to ask you, do you want more of a cheaper liquid or less of a more expensive one?
So hang on, the small bottle was cheap. No, the large bottle was more of a cheaper one, and the smaller one was more of an expensive one.
Yes. He's basically going to give you your money's worth of however much gold you just gave him, which was how much gold exactly?
Did I give any gold? I thought I just walked over.
No, I put down gold. I think I put down a gold piece, but I'll hold 5 fingers up, point at the group, and shrug, and maybe hold up another questioningly. I assume he knows body language with a questioning look.
He's a fish person. Don't hold your hopes up.
I asked the bartender in Undercommon, got nothing strong.
And he seems relieved that that someone's asking him something he can understand. And he says, yes, how strong are you looking for?
I look over at the giant barbarian and go, very.
Yes, going for some top shelf.
Baron looks
No.
at Beth Mag and nods his head approvingly. Then looks at Jake Actor and shrugs, because after all, it is Jake Actor who's paying, and says, "Sure."
Yeah. How much?
Give me a
I
double
look towards Jake and say,
shot or whatever the fuck I said.
you paying for it then?
Well, can't lose any more limbs. Only got one chance to drown my sorrows.
And the man, he puts out several of what seem to be brandy-sized glasses, and he reaches behind him to get a third bottle that's very dark, and he starts pouring them for each of you. And he takes the 5 gold.
5 gold, perfect.
Yep, so that comes out to 1 gold for whatever this is. So you assume it's probably like a really fancy and expensive drink.
Yeah, gold's not cheap. Farron raises his brandy-sized glass, turning to the others. Oh, I'm tempted. Do I say Prost or cheers? Well, it doesn't say I know German, so cheers.
No, I say cheers in Elvish.
There we go.
I say thank you to my new friends. And damn you, kind of thing.
Same. I don't know.
I gingerly take a sip. What does it taste like? Do we know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so
Is this
Albion.
concept related around alcohol tasting?
yeah, so you take so Jake, you just take like the smallest sip of it, and you begin to realize that it has like some undertones of almost like an appley flavor, but it's got like a very strong mushroom scent to it. But it's like a sweet mushroom almost. But the
Okay,
whole thing comes together in just this very powerful odor.
I just shrug and down the lot.
Okay, you all are just taking your shots?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a Constitution saving throw from each of you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What has this bartender given me? We'll find out. 11.
Is that plus your Constitution modifier?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, dear God. I got 5, including modifiers.
3 minus 1.
Oh my god, I got the highest. What?
Okay, so none of you are like sick from it or anything, but like it hits you almost immediately. Like Jake, in your weakened state, you pretty much become immediately drunk.
Yeah.
And the man, he's actually like looking at you like extremely surprised, and he
To
says,
be fair, this is me in a
undertone,
bar anyway.
you know, most people sip that. But he just shrugs and kind of gives you like a nod. Yeah, and,
Here we go.
Farron stumbles a little bit, like backwards.
Yeah, a stool carver. He seemed to have actually held it the best out of all of you, and Jim Jar. He's going back and forth a little bit.
Soon may the Eldritch come to bring us damage and blasts and fun. Until the fighting is done, we'll fight with Eldritch
And you see the man, like, he
blast.
very slowly and carefully says in Elvish, "Need table and chair."
I think
Need
that's
table
probably a
and
good
chair.
idea.
Can I latch onto Farron's right arm?
Have I lost? Is it my left arm I've lost or my right arm? That's quite important.
You lost your left arm.
Okay. I'm glad Jake knows more about which arm is intact than I do. Yeah, I turned to the. Was it the bartender who said that about the table?
Yes. Well, you don't speak Elvish, do you?
Oh no, true. Never mind.
Yes. And he just starts pointing behind you to where there's like like an open large table with plenty of chairs.
Farron nods.
Yeah.
Enthusiastically.
Can I stumble towards it while still holding Farron's arm? Because not only am I drunk, but I also can't walk at the moment.
This was a terrible idea.
Make a dexterity saving throw to get over there safely.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like that's the right move. I get +1. 9.
But remember, this is with disadvantage. Because it's technically a check made to balance.
5. Do I fall over?
Yeah, you make it like you make it halfway there, and then you just fall over, and like a concerned, like a random patron just walks over, and like he seems to be signaling, "Do you need help up?"
Can I kind of reach towards his face slightly?
Okay, he kind of takes that as a yes, so he like puts your arm around his shoulder and just slowly steps you up.
Yeah. I will continue stumbling towards the table, muttering thanks in Elvish, English, and Dwarven.
I guess I see the opportunity. Crawl on my hands and feet over towards the table. Start babbling in Gnomish. Something about some violence inherent in the system.
Farron finds this whole thing massively hilarious, far more than it should be, but then again, he has just taken a shot of whatever the hell this liquor was. Yeah, stumbles lightly, not as much as Jake and Birthmag, but he's still clearly affected.
Okay.
At this point, I'm probably just singing quietly to myself, rocking.
Okay, so you guys have now safely made it to the table.
Yeah.
Hooray! That's what.
This is a grief that can't be spoken.
Oh, this table's very wonky table.
There's a
Again,
pain.
it's in Gnomish.
Goes on and
All
on.
tavern tables are wonky.
The empty chairs and wonky tables. But now I've lost my leg.
And my arm.
Do not go gentle into that. Good night.
So, Jake, what happened to
active?
what happened to your legs? He says in Gnomish.
Can I reply in Dwarvish? Do not go gentle into that good fight.
Yeah, is Jake actively making a new drinking song?
I'm going for the
multilingual conversation is great.
I don't speak Gnomish. I've no idea what he said.
Yeah, what language does Farron speak?
Draconian and Scottish Gaelic.
Okay, yeah, I thought Draconic was one of them.
I start tapping his arm, Jake's arm, and going, your arm's gone.
I assume you're. Are you
Still Gnomish.
in what language was that? In Gnomish again?
Gnomish.
Gnomish, yeah.
I gesture towards the other snurf nibbling Jim Jow, I think it was.
Yep.
Say, do you speak too? In Gnomish.
Yeah, I know both languages. He says in Gnomish.
Sounds like Jim Jar is high as well as drunk.
I gotta say, whatever that drink just was is combining really weird with some of the crystal I got here.
Baron looks minorly concerned.
Now, Jake, he's asking about your arm. I don't know. Is that a rude question? I can't tell.
My arm. Which arm? Do you want this one or this one? Because I still have two, don't I, Baron?
No, wait. Sorry. You're Jake, and you're Farron.
I know.
Farron, I think he wants to know what happened to your arm.
It's very easy to tell the difference.
I can't tell you, lad, what happened to my arm. It's not here. I don't know what happened. It's really traumatic.
You know what? I just remember that when we carried you into town, you had two of them, but one looked like it was half eaten. Maybe something ate the other half.
Baron goes pale at the mention of something eating his arm.
Well, eat isn't a great term. It was more like well, you don't really want to know what happened. It was very disturbing to watch.
I think that'll be enough as far as that conversation goes. Farron looks like he's going to throw up and shudders visibly.
I make a funny face. Also about to throw up. I should not have asked that question.
Do we have to make a saving throw as to whether we throw up or not?
If you want to.
What would that be?
That would be Constitution.
Yeah.
Raise the right arm.
Okay, come on.
I have 12.
I got 10.
It's up to you, Tim. Do you think that's high enough to not throw up?
I think a little bit is expelled, but I managed to keep back most of it, just about.
Yeah, and the man running the bar, he says in Undercommon, which I guess Clay Scraper can understand, and he says, well, we need to clean up, and like another fishman comes over with like a rag and a bucket and just starts wiping it up and looking at you surprised. Just like,
Farron apologizes profusely, as in he apologizes so much that it's obvious he's drunk.
Yeah. And Jim Jar says, look. I think I know what you need. And he takes out like a small bag and hands it to you.
Is this a barf bag? Is that what you've given me?
No, it's very small. It's even smaller than that.
What are these drugs? I'm not in a good state. I don't think this is going to help.
Do you look inside?
Meth? Have you given me meth?
No, but they do seem to be very small crystals.
Crystals?
And he says, okay, breathe that in or mix it with water or however you want to take it. The effects are great.
Right, I'm going to head off to the bathroom and mix some water in this. Can he go up to the bar and ask for some water? We're holding this bag of crystals. Farron stumbles off in some direction. It might not be to the bathroom. He doesn't know.
And the man says, humane.
Farron whips round, assuming it's addressed at him.
And you see like and the man, he goes behind the counter to get like pour something into a cup that looks to be a clear liquid, and he just is handing it out to you.
Farron should be suspicious at this point because it could be vodka, but he doesn't care. He assumes it's water, and yeah, he has a good glug.
Well, do you smell it first?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's water. It's very clearly water.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, the man's not going to give you a cup of free vodka.
Yeah, exactly. This is my suspicion.
Does alcohol count as poison?
Technically, yes. I
Healing yourself.
I suppose while you're drunk, you're all under the poison condition.
Oh God!
In which case, what I sit there and I go, huh. And,
hopefully, it's not relevant.
And decide that I am going to cast protection from poison on myself. Which is a second level spell. Yes.
Oh, yep. You immediately sober up.
Yep. Oh, this was a mistake. I should not have done this. This was
actually, that'd be super cool if you could get like as drunk as you want and then just cure yourself instantly.
Immediately sober up.
I wander over the toilets to go have a good throw up. So yeah, you
Jim Jar says, so do you want those crystals or not?
Do I just mix it in this bag? Because Farron's still holding like half a pint of water at this point.
Yeah, you can put some in the water if you want, or you can just breathe it in through your nose.
Farron puts some of it in the water.
There's a scoop in there.
Drinks the water. Farron doesn't know. He hasn't heard the bit about the scoop, so he accidentally drops the scoop in there as well, and it kind of just sinks to the bottom of the glass.
Wait, did you just put the entire bag in?
No, just a few small grams. I don't know.
Okay, and you're gonna drink it?
The grams could be quite a lot depending on how strong this is. But yes, Farron has a glug of the concoction.
So yeah. You throw it back and immediately you just start feeling weird. Like your sensations are all off. And you start seeing like all the colors become like a lot more vibrant and they're like fading in and out.
Farron is entirely focused on this. Weird.
Don't worry, it's completely safe. Just give it a few minutes.
Farron just stands there looking completely zoned out.
But like when he says that, it's all stretched out like, don't worry. Only take a few minutes, you'll be fine, it's completely safe.
Farron just sort of nods as if he's kind of acknowledged that someone's saying something to him, but doesn't really know what it was.
And he turns to Jake and says, yeah, I was able to get some of that in town. Finally got my debts paid off and had a little extra money.
Yes.
Oh yeah, by the way, you guys were unconscious for 3 days.
But
So I had some time to get some stuff done.
Yes. I'm glad. Stuff done is very good. Very good. Yes, stuff.
Jake,
My arm is gone, is all Farron says.
you've had too much to drink. Jake,
Yes.
Jake, you've had too much.
That is entirely possible.
And he holds up 3 fingers. How many fingers am I holding up?
Sorry, I didn't understand the words you said. Why are you waving your hands at me?
How many fingers am I holding up?
Can I do a perception check? I assume this is disadvantage.
I think that if anything, it'd be investigation, but yeah, that'd be with disadvantage.
Given that I got a 5, I'm going to assume that I'm going to say 5.
You look like you need the magic touch as well.
The magic
want the
touch.
magic
What's the magic touch? You're going to touch, don't touch me. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
Touch.
can you fix what's going on with him?
Touching is strange. I've never thought about it. You just reach out and you make skin contact with someone and you feel their skin. So intimate.
Oh, of
I
course.
haven't touched my stump yet.
Farron's tried to walk towards the table at this point, but he's taken like 2 steps and then collapsed onto his hands and knees and is crawling towards the table.
I look towards you. Do you need the magic touch?
Wait, are you about to burn through all of your 2nd level spell slots?
Maybe not.
Farron holds out the bag of crystals towards Jake.
I'll take
No.
that as a no.
No.
Yeah, you
But
guys
Farron
should try
keeps
some of that
offering
too.
them because this
They
is
sell the best crystals in this city.
No.
Okay, tell you what. We might be able to find you a healing crystal.
Okay. Does that?
Let's
fix
see.
my
No,
leg?
there's a particularly fun one that slows down time, but you don't really want to mess with that one too much.
crystals are
Right.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I think I've heard of a couple battle crystals. Like, there's one that makes you resistant to fire, or is it that you can no longer feel heat?
Farron looks up wide-eyed with excitement at the prospect of
Nope.
being resistant to fire.
I think being resistant to fire and not feeling heat are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
Although
Sounds like
perhaps
that's
if
a
you're
very
getting
good-
Yeah, you know how in the sunshine world, the surface, you got
Yes.
you got a lot of potion crafting. Well, down here, a process got a very similar process, except instead of making as many liquids, we prefer to make powders.
Powder.
like
Oh.
crystals, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's plenty of potion brewing as well.
Potions. I once had a love potion. I can't remember what happened. I woke up naked in a forest.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
What is this? Do I feel tired or not, or am I just very drunk?
You're very drunk at the moment.
I would like a glass of water. How I go about doing that? I guess I turn to Farron and say, Farron, I want water.
Farron somehow still kept hold of this half pint of water, which definitely doesn't have crystals infused within it, and hands the glass towards Jake, forgetting that there are crystals in it. He genuinely thinks at this point that it is just normal water.
I don't know that you put crystals in it. I didn't notice that. So my character has now to drink the water. For fuck's sake. Fine. I drink it all.
You slam it back, and like the effect for you is even worse since you have a lower constitution.
Yeah.
And you're even more drunk.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I see things. Mary, is that you?
Yeah, it's like all the brightness in the room goes up to an 11, and just everything that people saying keeps like changing the speed.
Oh, that's so bright.
Like, oh, hey, looks like he drank some of it. I wonder what the effect's gonna be on him, since he doesn't have as strong of a body as Baron.
Why do you keep talking like that?
Farron turns his head over towards the table, but he can't really make out who the hell's saying it or what's really happening. He heard his name, it's just somewhere over there.
And Jimjar turns to Berthmag. Maybe this stuff wasn't made for humans.
Doesn't really look like it. What was in it?
Mary!
Oh, just a standard illusion crystal.
Mary!
Hey,
Should
you
have
want me
given
to
them
read
less.
the pockets?
Or just water? Best hangover cure. That and magic. Better hangover cure.
Mary!
You wouldn't. I turned to Jim Jar and say you wouldn't happen to have organised some accommodation for your friend.
Not yet. We might be able to get a room here at the tavern.
I have a feeling they might be needing it.
Simon, I can play music. I can play music for rooms. I do it a lot. Would you like me to play music?
Jake, the music's in front of us. We can see it. There's music. It's everywhere.
But I want to play
It's
the
not
music. At this point, I'm kind of trying to clamber across the table, muttering about playing the music.
Do you know the song "The Starlight of the Mushroom"?
The starlight of the mushroom.
He goes, and you just hear this awful singing, like truly ear-scrapingly bad.
A drunk man hears you singing it, and he gives a cheer and joins in.
Oh.
La di da di da di da. Starlit mushroom.
Far away. This ship is taking me far away. Far away from the memories of all the people who care if I live or die.
Oh, tell me about it, lad.
Starlight.
I think we're on the same ship. This stuff is I
I
don't know
will
what's
be
going on.
chasing a starlight
It's kind of pleasant, kind of.
until the end of my life. I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
They can't stop.
At this point, I'm just full on crying. I'm so drunk, I can't think straight, so I can't express to you that I want my character to end up in a safe place and in bed. But he's just lying on the table at this point, crying.
Jake, do you need to sleep?
Yeah, sleep. Sleep is nice. Sleep is cozy.
Okay, can I get
I
some
have
gold
legs.
to get you in a room?
I can play music for rooms. You don't need goals.
Jake, trust me, they don't accept music here.
But music pays for everything.
Here, tell you what, maybe in the morning you can play music and get a refund. Can I get some gold?
Can I hand him a silver piece? There's some gold. Is that gold? I don't know, I can't tell. All the colours are wrong.
I think I'm gonna need a bit more than this.
I give him like 5 gold pieces.
But are they gold pieces?
Well, given I only have 1 silver piece and the rest are gold, I think so.
Okay.
And he walks over and actually Bearfnag notices that when he's talking to the tavern keep, he only spends 3 of the 5 silver pieces on getting them a room, and he pockets the other 2.
I say nothing for now.
Okay.
But I make a mental note. I'll have to raise this more.
Okay then. All right, Farron. Jake, can you walk?
No. I need to be carried. Like
What
a dog.
even is walking anymore? I didn't
I
even
do
lose my
try
legs,
and walk.
I can't
Though.
even
I do
feel
walk over. I'll take a. Yeah, no, I got a 2 minus 1. I'm not going anywhere. I'm trying. I was gonna roll for it, but I got a 2 minus 1, so I definitely need help.
Would this be dexterity or?
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw. There's some rooms down the hall from the bar area.
Okay, 7. This isn't going well.
Yeah, with a 7, it takes you like several minutes, but you're able to like half walk, half crawl over there.
Impressive.
And I guess that leaves Bearfnag to carry Jake or drag him.
Yeah.
Oh well, I try my best to pick him up, but he is quite a bit taller than me.
Okay, make a strength check.
An 11.
Yeah, with an 11, you're able to just like get him under his elbows and just drag him along. Luckily, he only has 3 limbs weighing him down.
So I sort of drag him, head lolling, feet dragging, scraping into the right room. Sort of just.
Yep. So you're able to get him in, and you realize that there aren't really much in the way of beds. There's just some mats on the floor.
Oh, I just dump him on the mat. There we go.
Okay.
Make sure that his airways are open. Put his feet straight.
Okay. So I guess you guys are able to rest up if you want to push forward to the... Oh, wait. You guys just woke up and you're already passed out.
Yeah, I noticed. I did realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, a few hours later, you wake up with just, like, terrible migraines. Or hangovers, rather.
I assume I'm conscious. Can I heal myself? Can I give myself a healing word?
Yeah, you just want to cast a healing word just to dismiss the pounding headache you have.
Yeah.
You're still going to need some water, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the effects of the crystal have worn off.
Yeah. Is Farron awake next to me?
Yeah, Farron wakes up, and you guys notice that Stool, he's just sitting cross-legged in the middle of the room.
Is he like just sitting there, or is he awake, or what?
He's facing away from you.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to say that would be awkward if he was facing towards us. Farron,
Aye.
I think we I'm not going to talk about it.
Was that real or some kind of fever dream? I'm not even sure anymore.
I'm pretty sure you still don't have an arm. I still don't have a leg.
Oh no, I was hoping that part would be fake. Oh no.
Yeah. Stay here. I'll get some water, and I'll leave the room, leaving Farron with Stool to go downstairs to get some water.
Farron just lies on his back and stares at the ceiling.
Yep. And the man looks at you. And he just kind of nods.
Is that an approving nod? Because I don't know what's approving about Farron's state at this moment.
And he says in broken Elvish, alive still. Good.
Wait, sorry. Oh, is this Farron still in the room, or is this me?
Farron is in the room, but I don't think he can't understand Elvish, even broken Elvish. So yeah, just
so Jake didn't accompany him?
I don't think so.
And where's
No, I went to get water.
Yeah, he went to get water.
Surely you went downstairs to get water.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you probably heard the guy address the two of you.
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
And where's Skyscraper?
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably be outside. He's I got looking for Jim Jam. Is it?
Jim Jar.
Is he around?
Jim Jar told you that he was heading off to a local casino.
Classic Jim Jar.
Yeah.
I have a quick word with Mr. Actor. You're aware that your friend there done a little bit well with these rooms, like 2, 3 gold pieces. You know where he might have taken them?
Well, they were silver pieces, right?
Silver pieces.
Sorry, you'll have to say that again. What?
Your little gnome friend. Jim
Oh yeah, Jim Jar. Yeah.
Yes. He's saw him last night.
But yeah, I think I remember seeing him. I do apologize for all of that.
Oh, that's no problem at all. I mean, I haven't got that drunk in a while.
I feel like you appreciated the round. Worth it in the end.
Well, I owe you one for the drinks anyway.
Well, thank you.
You wouldn't happen to, I suppose. You've just arrived. You would know nothing about this town either, would you?
No. Well, I have a lead. I'm looking for what's his name? Let me think. Let me look it up. I kind of go through some notes I made. Lickjaw, something like that. The guy who runs the city. He can heal me of a certain affliction or something, or will know where I can be healed.
Looking for information too. It sounds like we might be going to the same place.
Oh, terribly convenient.
Sam, you've probably been in town long enough to know that he's referring to Logron Lakejaw. He's the man that runs the city.
You mean Lakejaw? Yeah.
Lakejaw.
Benefactor.
Yep. Benefactor.
Some might say mafia boss or something. Maybe a kind mayor. I mean, people say different things. He has a reputation, but he is the man that knows things.
Yes. Well, if we're heading to the same person, stick around. Who knows? You might be able to help me get upstairs, and in return, I might be able to help you with your problem, if I remember correctly. I don't know where the memory serves, but something about... I could have said slightly hushed, slightly closer. People pretending not to be who they are or something. Yes. Well, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, or perhaps the other way around, because once you scratch my back, I'll probably have gone. With that in mind, I'm going to get some more water. Farron is here somewhere. I'll look around. Where's Farron?
In the bedroom. He's lying
still.
on his back. He's like a upturned tortoise.
I'm going to go get some water for him, and then I guess I'll get him up and get him going, and we'll go visit this Lake Jaw. Are you looking to stay around, or?
Yeah, and Jake, Stool walks over to you, and he seems to be poking at you. You alive, mate?
I'd really appreciate it if you stop poking me.
Okay, well, Jake's up, and I think he's planning something with your new friend. Not against you, I hope.
I think he said he was just getting water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Baron gets up, or half gets up. He sits up on the bed and looks at the door that Jake just left out of, but doesn't get up and check outside the door.
At this point, I'm getting water, bringing it back up to Tim. I assume I just leave. I need to keep saying it until it's stuck in my head. Berthmag. But is it Berthmag or Bathmag or what?
Berthmag.
It's Berthmag. The clay scraper.
Macbeth?
Yes.
Macbeth.
I leave him downstairs and I bring the water up to Tim. Hey, friend.
Cheers, lad.
Here's get it down, drink it. It's a good pint.
Farron looks
And
at the
then
water
we'll get going.
suspiciously, seeming to remember something about not trusting water, but then shrugs and slowly sips it.
Yep, the water is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the crystal was just sugar. It's the water that's actually hallucinogenic. Yeah, you're safe for now.
And I gather all my kit up together, get it all ready, and say, well, Farron, I need to go visit a guy, Lakejaw. He might be able to help me with an infection. I don't know whether you've got an infection. I should have asked the healer.
I think if the infection was bad, even if I do have one, I would be in a much worse situation than I am now.
Maybe. We need to go for a walk. If you're ready and you feel up for it.
I feel much better after this.
Yeah.
Water.
I feel like we need to head with this fellow Berthmag down to the boss of this here area.
Do we know anything about this Lakejaw? He says to Jake.
Other than he's powerful, maybe a mafia boss, mayor.
A mafia boss?
Something like that. I don't fully know.
He's a powerful man.
Yeah.
Who you ask, you'll
Very
get different answers as to exactly who he is or what he does. He's the one that's in charge. Everything goes through him.
Would it be wise to go and... Can't we just ask someone else about our infection? I mean, getting involved with a mafia boss could potentially be very dangerous. They're not to be trusted.
I feel like you're focusing on mafia boss far too much. I'm sure
of course.
He's
It's not just a rumor.
Just offhand rumor from someone who hates him, I'm sure.
Aye.
Well, I mean, so far my experience is every time you ask something, his name comes up. So,
Well, let's see what secrets he can reveal.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, and Play Scraper, you do know that his headquarters is towards the center of town.
okay. So you're coming with me then? I start to walk out of the door.
Yes.
Outside to the street.
Okay.
And start walking towards the center of town.
Yes. And something you guys notice is that the closer you get to the center of town, the nicer things become. Like there's fewer oil lamps and more of those glowy crystals. The streets are also just a lot cleaner.
I make a comment to Farron. Best not to eat those crystals.
Baron laughs sarcastically.
And you pass a few of what look like shops, but you probably can't read any of the signs. Well, a few of them are written in Dwarven. Yeah, so one of them just seems to be selling food.
I can't read the
another,
dwarven signs.
Yes, another Dwarven sign seems to be a haberdashery. Another one is a general store. And then you guys approach what is clearly the tallest building in town, and its roof actually seems to go all the way up to the ceiling of the cave.
Oh, wow.
And there are 2 drow guards stationed out front.
This looks pretty promising.
Maybe that's our destination. Can I walk up to the drow guards and ask them in Elvish? We're looking for the gentleman by the name of Lakejaw.
Yes. Do you already owe him, or are you looking for a starting favor?
Baron looks very worried at this.
I would be looking to have a conversation discussing the opportunity for a starting favor.
Ah, excellent.
I believe.
Excellent.
Yes, I assume that's what you want to hear.
Ah, yes, I see your friend is nervous. Oh, don't worry. The boss is a very fair and generous man.
Baron
that's
nods.
yes, good.
low.
I'm glad he's generous. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conversation in Elvish then.
Yep.
I didn't understand a word of that.
Oh, it's an Elvish. Then,
Scowling
yeah,
at
I
the
have no.
And then
It's Elvish.
they look between the 3 of you, and they just say in Undercommon, hoping that you understand. Yes, the boss. He's going to be on the top floor of the bank.
Top floor of the bank, you say? Yep. This bank. Good. Would you mind
Wait,
escorting
do you
us, as you can see? Was this? Sorry, was this?
Well, he said it in Undercommon.
Oh, Undercommon. Sorry, I thought he was still speaking in
Okay, I say in common to the other 2. He's on the top floor.
top floor.
Bank, apparently.
Could you? Bank.
So they say.
Could you guide us? Could you guide us up?
We go in.
And he opens the door and says in Dwarven, "Hey, we got some fellows that want to see the boss." And a very buff Dwarven man wearing what seems to be very shiny armor comes out. And he beckons for you 2 to follow.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yep.
As well. Start
yes.
following him.
Yes. Bethmag, if anything goes sideways, it's been an honor and a pleasure for the short time I've known you.
Likewise.
And he
You to assume.
leads you through to through this area to what you assume is the center. You pass by actually what seem to be different vendors and people talking about, and he takes you into a small room, and he pulls the door sideways behind him, and you see him looking over what appear to be a series of circles on a wall, and he puts his finger to one. It goes in slightly and then pokes back out, and you guys have the strangest sensation like you're moving upward.
Oh, this is new.
Farron is familiar with lifts from his past life and isn't in the least bit worried, concerned, or anything else.
And the man turns to you and says in broken common, "Upward mover. Design gnomes."
Farron chuckles at this under his
Suppose I
breath.
would know all about these, being a mason.
Yeah. Have I ever encountered these before?
I don't think so. Well, you were in a flying machine once.
I wasn't
Actually-
a flying machine, yeah. I guess I wasn't I? Yeah. This reminds me of a time that it's a very interesting story, you know, and I tell the story. I'm not going to say in character just for the purposes of not spending the whole journey. But basically, I talked down a fire god. You know, it's a whole thing. Flying machines, kind of filled in Bearthmag with the story and working for this weird group who are very historic and mysterious.
And the dwarven man turns to you and says, "You in crystal debt?"
No. Instead, I'm looking to obtain a mutual exchange of favors, where perhaps I could help Lakeshore, being it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm nervous. Farron, help.
And eventually the room comes to a standstill, and the guy opens up the door, and it opens into a very fancy, office-like area. There's a purple carpet on the ground, and there's, glowing crystals lighting up the room. Standing across from you, sitting at what appears to be actually a wooden desk, is a man with very dark, almost reptilian skin. His face almost kind of looks like a dragonborn, but his features are a bit more jagged. And as you see, there's also a couple different guards of different races in here. A few of them are fish people, a few are dwarves, a couple are elves. And he greets you and says, in very clear common, "Ah, yes, you must be the humans that I heard were entering my city. Please come in. I've been looking forward to meeting you."
Well, it's a pleasure. Now you have to do me the favor of regaling me with your name, because I've heard snippets, but not entirely in its fullness. My name is Jake Actor. I am a performer and an sailor. Not entrepreneur, that's the wrong one. It's been a terribly long 3 nights, to be honest. And this is my counterpart, Farron Monroe. He is very big and tough and stuff. And this is, perhaps you should introduce yourself, friend.
My name is Bearthmag, Clasebreaker.
And you see
about what my job is or what I do.
And you see him pause for a moment, open up his desk, and he seems to be rifling through something, and he takes out a sheet of what looks like paper or parchment, but you don't really know what it's made out of. Jake Actor and Farron Monroe?
Yeah. The one and only.
About the two of you.
Ah, you have. Good. See, I wasn't entirely making it all up, Bearthmag.
According to my report, you were recently captured by a drow priestess, and your execution was scheduled for about a week ago, but I guess you had different plans.
Oh, it was a whole thing. What can I say? Except you're welcome.
So,
Farron chuckles nervously up until the point where Jake said, "You're welcome," and now he's just annoyed.
So, you, did you just come here to say hi, or are you searching for something that I can help you with?
I don't know about my friend Bearthmag here, but I was told you might be able to help with the removal of an infection. It's a terribly medical thing. I hate to bother you with it if you can't, but you understand that I'm a man of resources and dedication, and I'll be looking to restore myself to a degree of health.
And Baron continues, "I'm sure that in exchange we could help you with an equally significant favor."
Well,
yes.
I mean, I'm of course happy to work with you, but surely your medics on the surface world would be better suited.
We cannot find our way to the surface world. We've got quite lost in all honesty.
Yeah, we have no idea where we are. I don't know anything. And I believe Bearthmag here, I did mention that, I'll explore with him a little bit, and maybe he can guide me up to the top. And but until that happens, I could do with not falling over half the time. I feel very weak. Everything hurts still.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll see what I can do to help you. But first, there is something that I need your unique adventuring skills for.
Farron narrows his eyes because he thinks he knows what trick is being played here.
There's
Yes.
There's a cave nearby, which I have reports say has a very special kind of crystal that I've been looking to harvest. Problem is that whoever used to control that cave, however long ago, stationed a guard, and that guard is still standing. Some type of automaton.
Oh. Yeah, we'll do it. Right.
You disable the automaton, bring me a sample of the crystal, and we'll go from there.
Right, Farron, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to walk towards the automaton, and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. Then you're going to charge in Barbarian Rage, and you're going to pound it to shit. Right? Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan, but
right.
Automatons are kind of my weakness. I haven't fought very many of them, and they're pretty hard to kill in comparison to everything else I've tried to
You know what? I don't need to know that, Farron. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
All right.
You've got lots of automatons. You know exactly what you're doing. You haven't lost an arm. You can still fight.
I appreciate the mental support. Before we go, I've got something pressing on my mind. Are you a kobold? Because I've never seen a kobold at such a high position. Normally, you're all skirmishing within the caves, and it's quite a nice change to see a kobold actually doing quite well for himself.
And you see him give a dramatic breathe in through his nostrils.
No, I've angered him. Fuck.
First of all, we don't take kindly to such presumptions in this city.
I'm sorry, it was just a passing thought.
Second of all,
didn't help myself.
Second of all, before I answer that question, I do have a question for your gnomish friend. What brings you working with these two?
Oh, I have my reasons. Looking for someone. These two seem capable. Well,
yes.
Maybe.
Well, I do have tremendous resources for finding people. Depending on how well your mission goes, I'm sure that I can help you with real lots. And just to clarify something, Mr. Monroe.
Aye.
I am a Gatorkin, if you must be so informed.
I've never come across a member of your species before, and I humbly apologize. I'm not really made for the Underdark.
No, neither am I. I mean, have you seen my skin?
I am
Baron
from...
chuckles.
Hey, don't worry.
Scared tone to his laugh.
I tap Farron on the side. Shh. You're making it work.
Don't worry, I am surface-born too, from a continent far off from yours, known as Aftoria. But still, one of the great beauties of the Underdark is the vast tunnels connecting the entire world. I traveled far and built my empire.
And an impressive empire, it seems.
Yep. I did not realize there were tunnels under the whole world. What have I missed all my life?
You have much to learn, Jake Actor.
Yeah. Maybe I can write a poem about it. The tunnels were long and dark, and you couldn't even see a lark.
Farron kicks Jake.
Anyway, I think the three of you should best be on your way. And is that where we want to call the session for tonight?
Sure. Cool, so I've just insulted this mafia boss after mistaking him for a kobold. A lowly kobold.
If anything, he was more insulted by your assumption that him being a kobold would mean that he couldn't be successful.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you get to privileged overworlders in the mafia world of the Underdark.
Yeah, this guy doesn't care who you are as long as you pay your debts.
Yeah.
But until next time, I've been your host and Dungeon Master, Drew, being joined by...
Farron Monroe, a.k.a. Tim Horton.
And?
The delectable Jake Axor,
Nope.
played by Jake Davies. Let's not talk about how that happened.
And Bearsnag Clayscraper, the angry slave owner hating gnome. Played by Sando.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, until next time.